I'm trying again. Let's see if I can see Farron here. I'm gonna have her here on our channel today to give us some tips and tricks on how she keeps her life organized with family, and she has two kids. She is so inspiring, and she is. Yay! Yay! Let me know if it works. But anyways, I'm Ter Avest. I'm a professional organizer here in Baltimore, Maryland. And I see clients. Yeah, we did it.
Oh, yay!
Finally. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I think being on my phone like helped. I don't know. Like I tried
Well,
on my computer. So we're good. We're good. I'm so excited.
yeah. I'm sorry about the delay and everything, but I was telling them like I'm Ter Avest. I'm going to start over again because since there's a new video.
Yay.
I help people here in Baltimore, Maryland, to organize their house so they can have like a better life and they can feel in control of their lives and do the things that they love. So I'm happy to have you here today because I follow you on Instagram and I love your Insta stories. And I feel so motivated when I see you working out and like very early in the morning with your kids, making breakfast and all over town. And you're so inspiring that I had to have you here.
Oh, thanks. That means so much. Yes. That means what I'm doing is working,
It
Like,
is.
yeah.
It,
Good,
it
good.
is.
Yeah.
So can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and like how you started this journey on health, life, and everything?
Yeah. So, I am a wife and a mom of two. And so people follow me now and they're like, oh, you're so like motivating and you're so, you're always on the go and doing stuff. And I didn't start out that way. I joined in on this journey because after my second child, I was kind of gotten that like postpartum depression and it got bad. And so, I think that after you have, a kid, you sometimes think like, oh, I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to have that body back again. It's going to be no problem. And then it turns out it doesn't work like that. And so I really had to like make a choice. And it was either be depressed and not love who I was. And it was affecting my whole family. It was affecting my husband. I didn't want to go out anywhere. I didn't want to go with friends. I ditched like play dates. It was affecting my kids. Like they were seeing mommy cry and that wasn't fun. It was affecting me. I wasn't being like living to my full potential. So, I had to make this choice. Like, am I going to keep being this person or am I going to suck it up and am I going to actually do something about it and change my life? And so that was when I got into fitness. And,
Mm-hmm.
I was really struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety. And so like, I feel like I beat it, and I think that fitness, it like gave me the endorphins that I needed. It made me fall in love with myself again. And so like I beat that depression and anxiety. And it was just by, it's so simple because a lot of people come to me now and they're like, how do I, do what you do? And I said, it's really just, there was no magic pill. There was nothing. It was just, eating better. And it was, working out and I only worked out for 30 minutes a day. And then I joined in a support group of like women it was just eating good and, workouts and support. And then I lost over 45 pounds.
That's
My
impressive.
husband, yeah, it was so awesome. My husband, like, he's so awesome, and he like joined in, and he lost like 55 pounds, and so together we lost a person. So and they like, and my kids got their mom and dad back, and like we're happy and healthy, and so it's been an awesome experience for sure.
Yeah, I wrote down here one statement that I found on your website. It says, I wanted to change more than I wanted to stay the same. And that's so real, like for many of the people that I talk to that like organizing and getting healthier. And can you tell about that statement? It's so strong and so true. Like every morning now I wake up and I think about it. I said, yeah, I don't want to be the same. I want to change it. I want to be a better me.
Right. Yeah, no, that was in one of the workout programs I did. I remember hearing someone say that and that has stuck with me, for like 2 years that I've been doing this. And, they said like you have to want to change more than you want to stay the same. And it really was that was like the defining moment for me. And, my fitness journey was, I was overweight and and I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to want to change this more than I want to stay this way. And you have to, like you said, you have to wake up with that mentality of, I'm gonna, I want this. I want it so bad. I want it more than I don't. Like, I want to change more than I don't. I want to be healthy more than I don't want to be healthy. And you don't always want to eat healthy foods. You don't always want to work out. Like, I don't love working out. I don't love broccoli, like I don't like,
Don't
but I
you?
want, no, I don't. I am like,
It seems so easy
I
for
always say
you.
to people, I know. I always tell people, like, to be totally honest, it's so bad, but I love McDonald's. Like, I know I shouldn't, and as a health and fitness coach, like, but I love I love all bad stuff, and that's why I need I need all the support I can get. So, but I think you need to just kind of look at yourself in the mirror and say, do I want this more than I don't? And if so, that's when you make that change. That's when you just do it. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and
yeah.
in organizing, we have a rule that is like the 80-20 rule, that you use your things like 20% of your things 80% of the time. And that's like for your clothes and your kitchen gadgets. How do you apply that to fitness?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's so like 20% of the time I eat McDonald's and 80% of the time I eat broccoli. Like, that's just so, I mean, it really, I say 80-20 to everybody. So what I do as a fitness coach is I host these challenge groups every month, and I have people join in, and like the biggest thing I tell people is we always live by the 80-20 rule, because one of the biggest things I've told people lately is, we get really obsessed with wanting to be healthy, and we want to, we want to go to the extremes. And I tell people now, like, do never sacrifice a healthy mind for a healthy body. And so don't obsess over your weight. Don't, like, do practice 80-20. Like, that's the only way you're going to survive. Like, you have to, you can eat, I
You can
eat
eat
well
chocolate,
80%
right?
of the time. Yeah, like if like I eat well 80% of the time, and 20% of the time, like, then I'll splurge. Like, I just went to New Orleans, and I thought about, like, oh, I'm gonna eat perfect, but I'm in New Orleans, like, so I'm gonna eat beignets, and I'm gonna eat crawdaddies, and I'm gonna and really enjoy my life. And I think I think that's why so many people who have joined my groups have seen so much success, is because we're just realistic. Like, it is about the 80-20 rule, like living your life. And when your child comes up to you and tells you to eat that piece of cake, you eat that cake, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you eat it and you enjoy it and you live your life, because that's so much more important than having those abs right then. And then you jump back in, and then the next day, you like, that's your 80% of doing well, but the 20% of the eating cake and enjoying life, like, that's what matters. And so that's how people have really seen success with me. So,
Yeah, that's exactly like what I tell my clients when we're organizing. Like, it's fine to let go of things, like 20% of your things, for a better life, like it is okay. And how do you do meal planning? I'm very curious about that, because you have two small kids as well. And how do you keep them like on track? How do you do with them? Do you have
yes.
like tricks for us moms?
Yeah. So my husband and before we were in this fitness journey, we kind of let our kids, like, run our house, like, run the food, like, whatever they eat, like, oh my gosh, like, just feed them. And I think as parents, we get in that mindset of, like, as long as they're fed, like, give them something to eat. And so when we made this change for us, and we said, we're going to be healthy, we're going to stick to this, it was like a family decision. And we said, you know what, like, there's no reason why our kids, like, need to eat, chicken nuggets all the time while we're eating healthy. And we said, we'll just do this together. And so what we did is, my husband actually, like, and I came up with meal plans. Like, we first started, we said, we're going to get strict, and this is what we're going to eat. And we didn't force our kids to do too much, but we incorporated these healthy foods with them. And so something that we have practiced now with we have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. And, so what we do is anything that we eat, like, usually family dinners are very important for us. Throughout the day, like, breakfast, they usually have cereal. Like, we let it slide for lunch. Like, I let them eat goldfish. Like, they enjoy life. But then for dinner, when we're sitting together as a family, they eat what we eat. And, you know, unless like, you know, my son, he just doesn't like pizza for some reason. So if for some reason we're eating cauliflower pizza, he will not touch it. So we don't make him eat cauliflower. Like that's the only thing we don't make him eat. And we'll like make substitutions, but anything we eat, they eat, and we put it on their plate. And now they're never like, as moms, like we know, like they're never gonna, you know, eat. We're not like they're gonna eat it all. But when we, especially when we tell our son, like he's at the point where we can say, we can, you know, kind of haggle him a little bit, but he has to have 3 bites, and that's our rule. So, you know, if we're having like once we had spaghetti squash, ground turkey, you know, and like a fruit or something for him. And, you know, he didn't want to eat the spaghetti squash at all. And I said, you just have to have 3 bites, just 3 bites. And then if he does, he still has to eat the other things on his plate. But the one thing he doesn't love, he has to have at least 3 bites of. And after 3 bites, he loves it. So like he's never called our bluff. Like he'll still eat it, and he says he likes it. And then we try again, you know, and something I read said that kids actually need, I think they have to try something 11 times until they really decide, like until it really is their palate that doesn't like it. So with the kids, we just give them everything we do. And I think we just lead by example. And so much so, my husband, like I know I'm a fitness like coach and everything, but my husband does not like vegetables at all. And so I put vegetables on his plate at dinner, and I give like him a stare off, and I'm like, you better eat these vegetables. Like our kids are watching you.
Do it.
Yeah, like you do it right now. And he will. He'll like put it in, and he'll say it's so great. But you know, like, but our kids, like their kids are smart. They know whether you're eating it or not. So
They do.
The best way that you can be healthy for your kids, if you want your kids to be healthy, you have to be healthy. If you want your kids to not, you know, like worry about being overweight and everything, then you need to work on yourself. Like everything that you do directly affects your kids. And so that's what we've noticed. And now that we've changed our life, like our kids are awesome. Like this has been a whole family transformation. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I see they're very active. He does soccer. They do like a lot of things too.
Yeah, they do. And like this morning, they know that mommy and daddy wake up early, and mommy and daddy work out in the morning. And so it's funny because they'll wake up and they know exactly where to come. They know we're in front of the TV, like we're working out at home, we're lifting weights there, and they come in and, you know, and check on us. And they know that they can't watch TV or morning cartoons until mommy and daddy are done their workout. And like they're really cool about it, and they want to try what we do. And this morning they were all doing like showing their muscles, and you know, but
They're
the
so
thing
cute.
with, yeah, they are so cute. But the thing with them too, and is that is a lot about balance too. And I think it's really important that they see mommy work. They see mom work out, but they also see mom sleep in. Like they see me eat healthy, but they'll all see me, you know, eat a lot of ice cream. You know, like they see this balance. So there's no, like they know mom likes to be healthy, but they know I'm not obsessed with it. You know, and so, and we don't talk about weight in our house either. That's like we don't, you know, we don't focus on the scale. We just focus on it's just being healthy. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, and they do copy us. I see like my son, he's 4, and he calls himself like Wes Organized because he loves organizing because he copies me and I'm disorganized, and so he is Wesley Organized. And he's like,
So
Nick, I'm Wes Organized. I said, yes, you are.
See, that's so awesome. That's so
Yeah, and they do
like
copy.
a little organizer.
He is. He's like that. He loves folding laundry and like sorting through socks and like, okay, you got this like mentality that mom has, and like.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Is there any
My
recipe?
house.
Huh?
I said he can come to my house.
Yeah, they should play together one day. So that we
Yeah,
chase.
yeah. They can organize. He can organize my son's room for him.
And you can motivate him to be more athletic and like
Yes.
going to do some like. It's so hard. We put him to play basketball, and he cried for this like the first 3 or 4 lesson that he had practice. He cried throughout. And now
really?
Now he said he wants to try soccer. So we will see.
Yeah, like you would think that I'm pretty athletic, and my son is like, he cries all the time at games. It's like it takes everything you can to like say good job, buddy, and you're like, oh, like, you know. But yeah, no, they'll get better, right?
Yeah, they will practice, right?
Right.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
So is there any recipe that you have tried lately that you love and you think people should like try? Do you have anything on your website or something that you want to share with us?
Yeah. So one of my, what do I make a lot? I like love spaghetti squash. I think it's, super easy. For like the mom that, you know, like chicken tenders, my kids had, I made all on my website, I made almond crusted chicken tenders, and my kids had no idea. Like, just, they had no idea that it was like so good for them. They didn't ask any questions. I just kind of put it in front of them and they liked it. And then for the mom that's like on the go, sometimes we'll just stop and get a cauliflower pizza from Trader Joe's. Like
Mm-hmm.
Trader Joe's I just discovered Trader Joe's. It's like the best place I've
Yeah.
ever been. Yeah. And my daughter, like, she loves pizza, and she has no idea. She'll just eat so much cauliflower pizza and has no idea like how good it is. So like I'll eat that all the time.
I
All the
have to
time.
find something with tomatoes. My son, it's one thing that he doesn't eat is tomato. I have to find like hide tomatoes wherever I can so he can eat tomatoes.
I think that's
Go
what my
try
son doesn't like. He doesn't want anything with like pasta sauce, nothing
the red
tomato.
thing. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
These
figure that
boys,
out.
I don't know. Yeah. So
Yeah, just
yeah, I'm having I don't know if you know, I'm having a workshop on Saturday for like meal planning and like helping families like to like plan the meals and be like on the go and like basic like 30 minutes, 20 minutes a day, just like eating healthy. And I think that's going to be a good thing.
yeah,
I'm going to mention
that's
those recipes.
yeah, yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. Like, one thing for me with, so my husband and I are doing this new like workout program, and it was a little bit strict on, like, we were in the test group. So it was strict on what to eat and what not to eat. And so for my plan, I don't eat, don't eat carbs after in the afternoon. So after that, I kind of stick to proteins and vegetables. And, and so it was hard with the kids at first, like, what
Mm-hmm.
are they going to eat? What am I going to eat? So from now, like, what I've been doing for the last month and a half is I just center everything on the protein. And then like at night, like, okay, I know I'm going to have chicken. And then I figure out everybody's meals. Like, I mean, I'll have chicken and I'll put it on spinach. And
Mm-hmm.
then, instead of my son will have chicken and rice, and like, so we all have the same protein. And then I just fit with what everybody can have.
So,
And that's helped. And the crock pot is
uh-huh.
like is like the best thing I've ever. Whoever invented the crock pot is going to heaven. Yeah.
Yes. It makes life so much easier.
Yes, that's my favorite. It's like my favorite tool ever.
Do you
So
freeze a lot and like save like freeze like those bags that people make like 12 bags and put in the freezer and then just like yeah.
I should. I really should. But the most simple recipe I've been making is, I will just put frozen chicken in the crock pot, just leave it as it is, throw it in there, and then I'll put a little bit of barbecue sauce, sriracha, hot sauce, and whatever kind of seasoning I have in the pantry. I just kind of throw it in, and I'll just let it sit. And then 30 minutes before I'm ready to serve it, I just go in and I just cut it all up,
Uh-oh.
and it soaks up all the juices, and then it's so good. And if I make enough of it, so that night we'll just have crock pot chicken and a side, and then the next night, if you have leftover, then we'll make quesadillas. We use that same chicken, and then we have more, then I can put it on my salad and have a spinach salad with chicken. Like, there's so much to
Yeah.
do. And then I'll use romaine lettuce, and I'll make lettuce tacos.
Oh, you're making me
So
hungry.
I know. I know. I love tacos. I could eat tacos all the time. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's a great tip because we on the Baltimore Home Professional Organizing group that I have here for people in Baltimore, we are tackling the kitchen this month, and like people are organizing their pantries and fridge, so that way they are gonna be ready to like meal planning and having a easier life in the kitchen as well. So those tips are very good.
yeah. And the biggest thing I've seen with people, when they're doing this and joining this, like, a lot of people will say to me, like, they're nervous to join in. They're like, oh no, I don't want to spend money, and it's gonna be expensive. And a lot of people say eating healthy is expensive. And what I found is it's not that eating healthy is expensive.
Yeah.
Well, one, I always say, like, it's that cheap food is like way too cheap, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, like there's a reason for it. But it's that you're buying this, you're not meal planning, and I'm noticing people, they're buying the lettuce and they get all excited, and on Sunday they buy cucumbers and all these vegetables and fruit, and then by Wednesday they've quit, and then all that food is in the, like, goes bad. So they're
Yeah.
not meal, like if you meal plan, you know, and like you're doing for your, you know, like, you know, organizing your refrigerator, if you can see that food and you know, and the biggest thing people do, and I tell people, is cut up your fruits and vegetables, and like like if you get it and
The meal
and you
prep.
pour, yes, and meal prep it into your, it's something about that your brain does, is when it sees like fruit that's cut up, you'll eat it. But if you think that you have to work for it, like your brain will go for something easier. And so it, like, you might want that strawberry so bad, but you think that you have to cut it and you have to do all this stuff, so you'll go for something prepackaged. And so it's not that people, when they're talking about eating, you know, it's not that it's expensive, it's that you're wasting so much food. Like, apparently we waste like pounds and pounds of food. Like the average American wastes so many pounds of food because we don't meal plan, and then we quit whatever we're doing and then we just throw it away. So it's good to like plan it out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens when I work with my clients with like meal planning and organizing their kitchen. They say, well, we spend this money on you helping us to get organized, but the amount of money we've been saving every month after we start meal planning is incredible. Like, why haven't we done this before? Yeah.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
tell people, I always, like, when they say something about being expensive, I say, if you stick to this, you know, if you stick to it 100%, like, you'll save money. Like, if you plan out your meals, you know, and you're not going out to eat, and you know what you're eating, and you're not wasting food anymore, you'll save money, you know, but you just have to kind of commit. So I guess, you know, it's the same thing. You just have to commit. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, can you share like your social media, how they can get in touch with you and find you?
Yeah, so I have a website. I'm farandduranfitness.com. And I am at Farron Duran Fitness on Instagram and on Facebook. And so I'm always checking my messages. And so, you know, I always have like messages coming through. And every month I host a fitness accountability group to help people get to their goals. And I take people through 30 days of getting to their goals and making sure, like, I literally hold your hand through everything. So, you know, and in our groups, like, I'm pretty proud, like, we do prizes in our group. So like every month for the past like 5 months, the winner like gets a brand new pair of Nikes.
Whoa.
So like, it's, yeah, I know. So it's like, I don't know why people wouldn't be more motivated to like to work out, get healthy, and like win a pair of shoes. Like, so but yeah, like, we accept anybody. It's super fun. It's motivating. Summer's coming, so it's a great time to, like, you
Is
know,
it
get
just
healthy.
for women or like men or moms? How is that group?
So it's actually men and women. Like, it's a lot of women. It's mostly moms. Like, it is mostly moms and it's great because, you know, like, with our groups, you know, I think in the world, like, you know, Facebook can sometimes be negative, and, you know, and women on women. And now it's like, and you're in a group full of people that women genuinely want you to do well. Like, you know, they're telling you good job and keep going. And it's just so empowering. And so that's just why I love it. But so sometimes a man will like pop in, but they need help too. So I never turn anybody down. So, you know, and it's really cool to like watch people start to love their bodies again. So it's exciting.
Is this a local thing or is like open for the whole country, internationally?
For the whole country. We actually have people from Canada and the United Kingdom in the group too. So like, that's really cool. And then locally, for people in Baltimore, we do, my friend and I, like, we are also fitness instructors. And so we will go ahead and like, we'll do little crunch and brunches. So we will host, we'll do a free workout, and then afterwards, like, we'll do brunch, and everybody, you know, gets to know each other. And so that's exciting, like an exciting thing to do.
It sounds a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you so much for being here with us tonight and spending your evening with us and giving like these awesome inspirations that you have.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is really awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm hosting these interviews every month. So if you have any topics that you want us to talk about it and how you can join organization with Healthy, last month we had like some organizing the papers. So just let me know, send me an email, and you can find me at Disorganized here on Facebook and Instagram. And I will see you next month. Thank you so much, Karen.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah.